stuck now. Only way out is through this shit. KLNV.
Guys, welcome back to Vehicle View. Today we are in Mark's 2015 Golf R. If you want to start by kind of telling us what got you into the Golf R and what got you interested in Volkswagen in general.
So the Volkswagen love actually started back when I was a kid. My dad had a 69 Beetle.
Okay.
So, you know, he was into cars. He had a 72 Monte Carlo. So that's where the passion started. But what got me into this Golf actually is I had a Mustang before this, and it just wasn't practical enough.
Yeah.
So I had to find something more practical. I wanted something that was, you know, obviously could fit the family into it, but still was performance oriented. So I was actually looking at a CTS V and a Dodge Charger SRT 8.
Okay.
And I just like, you know what, let me just stop into a Volkswagen dealership. So I stopped in and I saw this thing. It was, you know, bright red when I had it, and I was like, you know, this is a fun little car.
Absolutely. Well, and if you're comparing like price points too, like you can get this new, right? Or versus like a CTS-V, right?
Right.
If you
had to get used.
Yeah. So you get hop in a nice new car. You know, all the, you know, touchscreen, leather, like you get all the, you know, comforts, and obviously the new, you know, dual clutch technology and stuff like that. Yeah, I personally love these things.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know, I just wanted, you know, it'd be fun to have a fast Volkswagen.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, well, because people like, even with the GTI, people are like, hey, you know, do you drive a Prius? You know, and I'm like, you know.
Yeah, some people call it a minivan.
Yeah, it's even like a sleeper in itself, you know, not modified, right? But yeah, no, these things are definitely awesome. And I just fallen in love with all hatchbacks. Like, I just now think it's a superior car.
Yeah,
it's so spacious, and
it's the best mix of practicality and performance.
Absolutely. Oh, there we go. Yeah, first gear was a lot harder.
The launch controls were the fun's at.
I can't imagine. So, if you want to start by kind of telling us about what you've done to this car performance-wise.
Yeah, so I have the United Motorsports red file on it for the ECU. It's also got their DSG Stage 3 tune. So it, you know, tune that for the ECU as well.
Yeah.
It's got the Emotion Design lowering springs on it, Unitronic stock placement intercooler, CTS turbo, catless downpipe, integrated engineering, open element intake. That's pretty much basic.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Do you know what you make, like power wise?
Last time I had a dyno, it was at Dyno Comp. It did 325 wheel horsepower.
For these cars are so light.
Yeah.
I'm sure you want to go faster, but
yeah.
if it feels a lot quicker than throwing that in like a Mustang.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, theirs reads a little bit low, so I guess compared to everybody else, it's closer to maybe 330, 340.
Yeah, for sure. Well, then if you're gonna give the, you know, crank power, it's gonna be around, you know, whatever, 360, 370. Right. If you're kind of drivetrain loss.
But last time I took it to the track, it went to 11.98 at 114 miles per hour. So
that's awesome. That's and obviously you're just getting that with this. You know, you have launch control, and now that you really
all-wheel drive, dual clutch transmission,
for sure,
cheat mode.
Definitely.
So, Mark, let's go into detail, I guess, what you've done with the exterior of your build from where you started to pretty much where you are now.
Yeah. So, the car started as a Tornado Red Golf R. Now it's got the wrap done by Apex Customs in Satin Nero Pearl with a gloss black stripe and roof. It's got the Emotion Design lowering springs. It's also got the TSW Watkins 18 by 8.5 wheels on it. It's got the Nitto NT55 G2 tires. Put the little eyelids on the headlights just to add a little extra touch to it.
Yeah.
But as far as exterior, that's pretty much it.
And many may not know, but your Instagram handle is actually a Deadpool. So I mean, your car's basically themed over, the Deadpool movie. What made you go with that?
So what made me go with that is actually, at the time I was looking to buy a vanity plate. The movie had just come out. So I was in love with the movie, and I was at Pavs with friends. I'm like, I need to buy a vanity plate. Come with ideas, and right away one of my buddies, John, was like, how about Deadpool?
Okay.
And I was like, that's the name.
Yeah.
Like, that's the perfect name. So right there on the spot at Pavs, I bought it. And then from there, like, all the ideas for my exterior was going to be Deadpool themed. I actually had a unicorn that I used to sit up here, but right now it's at home with a kid.
Really?
But yeah, so everything is Deadpool themed now on the car.
I like it. And then, especially with your wrap, I noticed you have the Deadpool logo ghosted into your gas cap.
Yeah, the little extra touch that iFix did, they embossed a sticker underneath the gas cap, and they put Deadpool eyes on the back of the hatch, the window back there, and they put a layer of like reflective film over it, so when you get close up on it, it actually reflects the eyes.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Like from behind.
Yeah.
The suspension that you're currently on, is it the stock suspension, or I know you mentioned springs, but
yeah, it's stock suspension. It's got the dynamic chassis control, the DCC. It basically adjusts to the conditions on the road. So it's really expensive to modify those. And plus, it's a pretty nice option. I don't want to mess with it too much. So the Emotion Design springs, they were really new at the time.
Yeah.
But from the reviews, they still feel like stock, and so far it's, it does. They ride very well.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. It lowered it about an inch, so it wasn't too aggressive, but it was just enough to
make it
be 4x4 status.
Yeah. I mean, I've driven my fair shares of GTIs, and going from the Mark 5 to a Mark 6 to this one. I mean, it feels different in a good way though. I mean, compared to a Dexter's Mark 6, I mean, this one feels more, I guess, I don't know how to explain it, like, it doesn't feel as bumpy. Maybe it's just because we're in sport mode right now.
Yeah, we're in sport mode, so the DCC is basically telling it to be a little more, tight on the suspension.
Yeah.
It's lighter than the Mark 6. It's also got the dual clutch transmission. So that's gonna feel a lot tighter than the manual transmission.
Of course.
Not as fun for some people, but
yeah. I feel. What made you go with the Watkins wheels?
They are really light wheels. They're rotary forged, so they only end up being 18 pounds, which saved a lot of weight off of the stock wheels.
Okay.
And it was between that or the RPF ones. But everybody throws on RPF ones on their little race cars.
Yeah.
So I just wanted something different. So I just went with the TSW Watkins. The guys at Discount Tire hooked it up. And so it should help me out when I go to the track now.
Oh yeah.
Saving a lot of weight per corner. It's got the NT555 G2s on it.
Yeah.
Which, they're not, the best like street tire, just because they're not as comfortable as the Pilot Super Sports. But they're geared more towards straight line performance. So that was just because.
So what you're dealing, yeah.
Right. It's what I do. Yeah. I go to the drag strip and then I go to work, so I don't really need road course wheels or.
Have you been to the strip with these tires yet?
Not yet. Going March 17th or the March 19th Buggerama. It's a VW only drag racing event. So I will get to see what it does. It's a little hotter now, so
yeah,
not expecting magical numbers, but it should definitely help out a lot.
So what do you plan to do with your car in the future?
I'm kind of up in the air about that. So far it's just the ProFlex kit coming from United Motorsports. It's gonna let me put a little bit of flex fuel in it.
Yeah.
Got a little more power. Just up in the air, got a lot of stuff I want to do outside of the car, so it's either go big turbo, with the CTS Boss kit, the Boss 500, or the IROS kit, or just save the money and maybe move on to like an Audi B9 S4. So those are kind of my two goals so far.
Audis are amazing cars.
Yeah.
Alright guys, thank you for watching this episode of Vehicle View. If you want to learn more about the car, follow the owner Mark here at Deadspool. We'll throw it in the description down below, and see you in the next one.